Hi, this is Akshit from Pigeon Labs. In this video, I want to motivate why food delivery with drones makes sense and how we are solving it. If you think substantial household effort goes into preparing meals, for a meal you have to buy groceries, then you have to store them in containers and refrigerators, and then you would cook, which could involve manual labor of kneading dough, rolling and baking chapatis, cleaning and cutting vegetables. Once you are done, you have to wash utensils and cutlery. All this needs to be done for 3 meals a day, every day, and in every household you can see out your window. In short, cooking is currently decentralized. But if you look at the world, centralization brings efficiency. Even for a packet of chips, potatoes are stored, cleaned, sliced, and seasoned centrally. You just have to conveniently pop and open. To an extent, restaurants have centralized the tedious task of meal making, but the challenge remains of reaching that meal to you. You see, once a meal is prepared, it needs to reach you in a short time since cooked food is highly perishable. And to close the loop, the cutlery needs to reach back to restaurant cheaply or else we end up using disposables. With the existing solution to transport 1 kg of meal, a 65 kilogram human being can sit on a 115 kg of bike. This high overhead and lack of autonomy makes leads to high delivery cost of 65 rupees. You may not realize it because half of it is paid by the restaurant in your order. Additionally, since these orders peak at lunch and dinner times and accounting for congestion on roads, an average delivery time can be as high as 35 minutes. For this reason, restaurants have to open branches at multiple locations to cover entire city. Each of these restaurants can service a small radius of 5 kilometers. The low volume makes the centralization limited. To tackle this problem, we propose alternate model of using unmanned aerial vehicles or UAVs, popularly known as drones. UAVs enjoy several advantages. First, while ground vehicles have to travel longer Manhattan distance, aerial vehicles can take shorter point-to-point Euclidean distance. Secondly, since UAV has an entire 3D open sky available, it suffers lower congestion. On top of that, cost is reduced and UAVs are easily scalable as there is no human in the loop. Let's look at our delivery flow in dense urban city. A UAV sits at a charge station waiting for an order. Once it receives an order, it flies to the rooftop of the restaurant where the parcel is placed into it. Then it flies onto the top rooftop of the delivery location where the customer collects it. Then it proceeds to another nearest charge location and further orders are fulfilled in the same way. We use this model of rooftop deliveries to maximize distance from human population for safe operation. For the same reason, we frequently charge so that UAV has to carry lighter battery pack and the entire UAV can be lightweight. If we compare to existing solution, UAV takes one-third the time, covers 6 times larger radius and costs only 6.5 rupees, which is 10 times less. To make this all possible, we are solving for both hardware platform of the UAV and UAV software requirements for autonomy. Our hybrid UAV platform has 4 upward-facing propellers and 1 forward-facing propeller and wings. This makes UAV capable of vertical takeoff and landing at the same time efficient in forward flight, contrary to quadcopters. The UAV is capable of carrying 1.5 kilogram packages and weighs total of 6 kg. The wingspan is designed to have cruise speed of 100 kilometers per hour. For power systems, we might consider lithium titanate batteries as they can sustain high number of charge discharge cycles given a frequent charge model of UAV, but we have to pay the penalty of them being heavier than popular lithium ion batteries. On the software side, to enable autonomy, first the UAV needs to know its surroundings in 3D. For this, we have developed a neural network model which gives depth of its surroundings using stereo cameras. We do not use LiDARs as they are expensive and power hungry. Our model runs on low powered onboard GPU and at real time. Here you can see the output of our model, which takes left and right camera images and gives depth to complete 3D representation of each pixel. Points in yellow is nearer to camera and blue points are farther away. Once we have 3D map of the surroundings, our path planning algorithm creates an occupancy grid to denote if each box is occupied or free space. It does this in a probabilistic manner. Next, a path is found to make sure it passes from the middle of the widest space. Our path planning algorithm works in environments it has never seen before. In this simulation, we have placed cylinders to simulate buildings and UAV has to find path through it to reach a certain goal point. The occupancy grid on the left is computed online and the blue convex polygons represent free space and the green smooth curve represents the path found. Once we have found the path, we need the controller which will find how fast each motor should move and follow this path. We have designed this controller for our asymmetric motor configuration along horizontal plane to accommodate parcel. In forward flight, the same nonlinear controller enables the UAV to operate at high angles of attack. Have a look at our controller, allowing UAV to recover to hover from random initial poses and velocities. In forward fight, the controller gives mathematically robust convergence in presence of bounded noise like wind and sensor noise. The gray tunnel visualizes this for the current trajectory. The controller's job is not only to find motor commands to follow current path, but to also apply corrective action in case UAV deviates. For this, controller needs to know current state of the UAV, that is position and orientation, so that it can calculate the deviation from the desired state. Our state estimation algorithm reads the data from acceleration sensors, angular velocity sensor, and camera and combines all of them to calculate UAV's position and orientation even when camera is pointing at a plain sky or a wall where there are no points to track. Our state estimator gives high frequency state reading at 200 times a second. Here you can see the patches being tracked and the moving 3-axis marker at the center visualizes estimated position and orientation. These all pieces stitched together makes complete recipe for complete autonomy of our UAV. If something like this interests you or if you are just curious, drop me a mail.